Guys,
Attention gamers.
This guy's name is Rav. If you don't know, he is a League of Legends player that has decided to play hardcore WoW and basically give his take on it from a League of Legends perspective. I have been loving the series personally. I think it's one of the best like World of Warcraft mini series, if you will, or episode series that I've seen. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Attention gamers. Previously on my 12-step program to get away from toxic league players by trying hardcore World of Warcraft.
Yes, sir.
I did a dungeon with toxic players who shared elaborate plans to get my character killed. I helped a homeboy in a gorge that searing avenge his father's death caused by a negligent mining company by committing full-blown arson. I started testing my strength as the Ravatar by soloing dungeon trash and spelunking through elite-ridden caves where I politely asked the ogre in charge to take a long walk with me, knowing that one small mistake would have me spawning back into Cold Ridge Valley.
Yep. 100%.
I quickly realized that with Howard's rising fame I needed to improve my public image, so I joined Mr. Beast's Team C's initiative, adopt a Highway Beach edition and clean it up so no turtles get stuck deep-throating plastic, when I had a run-in with old Uncle Gorlash.
What?
A dwarf who combined seaweed with synthol, and now he was about to get slaughtered. I said yip yip to Howard and let him get in the ring for a bit, but I'm not trying to have a pork barbecue on my hands, so I said okay, you can stop acting so threatening, I will distract the shitter and we will fly this kite. And to no surprise, this supposedly deadly quest was nothing more than a long walk on the beach for you.
Well, as a hunter, yeah, it's easy. Hunter's fucking...
But
no
as
joke.
I was being rapt, the
Hunter is a joke.
I found a note in one of the bottles which took me to Planet of the Apes Island, where an upright cow was being held captive.
Pooba.
She said King Kong himself had the key and he was slightly bigger than your average ape.
I
asked the experienced members in the guild if this was safe to solo, and they all agreed that it was too dangerous, but I had a plan. I would take this plus-size Harambe for a few rounds of ring around the...
You could just tell, wait, let me see. Is Big Back Gorilla an SCFE soloable? Yes.
It was too dangerous.
Okay. Well, okay, I can't see what the rest of them saying. But it's not hard. He's just,
I would take
doing
this
his thing.
plus-size Harambe for a few rounds of ring around the rosy, and a few short minutes later I channeled my inner Godzilla and promptly took a shit on King
Yes, sir.
Kong.
Yes, sir.
Turns out the turtles got word that I was trying to save them, and one took advantage of my publicity stunt by saying, hey, there's a side chick out in bumfuck Steamweedleport, can you spend your entire afternoon escorting me there at the speed of a one-legged dog on tranquilizers so that I can get my nut? And since Howard's a sucker for a love story, I obliged. Anyways, I learned there was once a giant dormant volcano called Ungoro that's now a crater, and some cow there said he knew one of my guildies and told me that they are actually related. And then he told me what his Twitch viewers were doing to help him level so fast.
Destroying everything he touched.
I said, yeah, I've heard of mob tagging, but what did the first mob do when Miz had to fight it himself?
Killed him not far from this spot.
A local demon worshiper warned me of the dangers in this bitch, and I quickly learned what she was talking about.
Yeah, devil swords, bro.
Turns out a group of morons got stuck in the crater and couldn't get out.
It's his fault we're here.
I'm making a flying machine. I got stranded here and I'm absolutely horrible.
I'm making a flying machine.
As I'm thinking, well, you dumb shit faces, maybe Google the nearest flight path, because you're practically pissing on one, but not my problem as I had other business to attend to.
Yeah, idiots.
This involved celebrating my 51st birthday in the ginger cube of the zone and learning that I apparently wasn't aiming my shots before. Emperor Rab now had a new groove, which also meant that Howard would never be able to hold aggro anymore. But anyways, my quests were now like, okay, we need you to make every species of beast in this burnt butthole of a zone go extinct, or at least die of old age trying, which sounded about as pleasant as a sandpaper dildo, so I just took a different approach where I attended some auctions and simply bought that shit, which I suppose is why people like this angry Andy think SSF hardcore will be so much better.
Wait, what does that say? Hold up.
Which I suppose is why people like this angry Andy think
you are no hardcore avatar, merely someone who got handed best gear and enchants and handed through the entirety of hardcore. You streamers honestly made a joke of what hardcore WoW was. What the fuck? Why are people so toxic? Bro, in my mind, someone taking the time to go write that on someone's YouTube is literally like, go touch grass. Actually, who gives a fuck what they do? If they're having fun, why does it bother you? You know what I mean?
SSF hardcore will be so much better, and to that I just want to say, new series coming in January. But after
Yeah, dude.
spending too much of my money so that I didn't
Self-found.
actually have to play the
It's gonna be
game,
really fun.
I could no longer afford a sick bow that's crossed, so I asked for a loan only to be met with a weird request. But I have dignity, so the only appropriate response was,
Oh.
Somehow I was able to afford the new bow, which meant the next hour of my life would be
Bro's
spent chucking
getting
rank
it.
1 stings at obese
My
owls,
guy.
but it would be all worth it when I could line up an aimed shot with this new weapon and just watch a bitch melt.
Alright, let's see. Miss.
Before realizing those were elites and I fucked up,
Yeah.
it wasn't until way later when this new ability was still hitting like a flaccid dick when I realized that the
Flaccid?
talent only gives me rank 1 and I would have to talk to Sensei in the Forge of
Yeah,
Irons.
you gotta learn the rest of the ranks, my G. Yeah. Indeed.
But it was worth the trip because I got to see how much the Sam Sulik bulk diet I've been feeding Howard had been paying off. Hashtag pig diff,
Holy
and with that I
shit.
was finally ready to unleash this thing's
Howard
power.
looking massive.
But jokes aside, I was about to put this new
Oh
weapon
my
and ability
God.
combo to the test in a big way. Remember last episode when I helped this douche launch a damn coup against the mining organization to avenge his dead dad, and then when it came time to fight the leaders together he pussied out by identifying as a Charizard instead? Well, I found someone else who had a bone to pick with them.
That bastard Maltorius.
This little charred dwarf had his recipe for twice-baked loaded tater tots potatoes stolen by the dickhead.
Bet anything that the rest
Alright.
is part of the deal in his new promotion amongst the Dark Irons.
And maybe avenging a dead dad isn't enough to pick that fight, but when taters are on the table we are committing.
I'm sure they're somewhere near Maltorius, deep inside the slag pit.
Plus there was a bounty for the shitter's head, so me and Howard had work to do. We got down to where the leaders hang out, and sure enough they were having their water cooler talk right in front of the coveted Bobby Flay recipe card.
Of course.
Two elites and Mr. Malforius, who would turn out to be someone I should not have dealt with.
Oh.
I learned from Howard's Uncle Fred in Guzu's stream that using a pocket nuke to pull a pack lets you split them up later, and since it went so well for him I figured what's the worst that could happen. To my surprise the split pull seemed to work as the other two started running back. Until I touched their butt buddy, and classic WoW code had them running back to me to the point where they now never de-aggroed, and I'm not proud of what I ended up having to do.
Sacrificing Howard? Dude. Bro, why would you do that to Howard, my guy? Nah, bro.
So I decided to split pull and kill the bottom bitch bodyguards first, and this worked like a charm.
Probably the best idea. Definitely. Yep.
Then it was just me.
Wait, is that Valorant? That's Valorant. Okay, cool.
Then
I
it
love
was
it.
just me and Firecrotch Malfoy, and while I thought this would be a walk in
Firecrotch
the park, it turns out
Malfoy.
this particular park knows how to polymorph.
Oh,
For 20 seconds
shit.
as I was forced to watch Howard fight against a boss elite who I was
Oh,
learning could also
shit.
bubble himself. The plan was now to make like a fart and blow this shithole, but I didn't want another Howard homicide on my hands, so I ran back to heal him, only to unwillingly become a small lamb again until he was dead and I was in trouble.
Yep.
I now had a plan for the polys where I would just play peekaboo when he casted them, but even with the evolution of my strategy, he was abusing my poor pig too hard, and I just didn't have the resources to survive the fight.
No, it sucks,
At one point I tried letting him beat up on me for a bit, but I quickly learned that one single dot would do half my health, and I ended up having to pot when he put a second on me.
Yep.
I probably should have left, but I had one more plan to use his own polymorph bullshit against
Let's
him.
see it. Okay. Gotta pump. Pump! Pump, Raph! Pump! No, Howard, no! He healed Howard back up! Bro! The IQ is insane!
Howard and I slayed in front of a cheering section, grabbed that shitter's head, and thanks to our commitment, the dankest loaded tots would be served on someone's table tonight. But I had to take a break from being a sweat before I died of dehydration, so I told Miss Tinkle Sprinkle Piss Goblin that I would accept her triple dog dare.
Sprinkle Piss Goblin. Dude, I just can't, like, actually think when, like, he does when he says all these adjectives, bro. I'm like, How did you come up with those? It's
Skinny
so
dip in a
fucking weird.
hinterlands pond and get her some good kush from the bottom.
You got
In
that
return,
good kush,
she said
brother.
her big step bro would
Got
hook
that
me
good
up to which
kush,
she was
brother.
like, have some of my
Fabulous noggin fogger elixir.
After a quick Google search on if this would kill me, I deep-throated it only to be turned into the sexiest skeleton where
Yeah,
I could run,
dude.
ride Rebecca and dance while looking hard as fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Needless to
Badass.
say, I bought a Costco quantity of those bitches.
Yes, sir.
But then word got out of me teabagging Draco Malforius like a Giga Chad, so my pack made in Iron Forge was all like,
Ogdink of Ajara has sent out a call for seasoned hunters such as yourself.
I meet the deformed penguin who told me he needed deer antlers that
Yep.
would have a drop rate so low I will one day tell my grandkids about it on holidays, and then he was like, dope, now ride down to the beach where there will be these endangered three-headed Charizards, and I hope to God your Tinder profile wasn't lying about you liking long walks on the beach, because that's all you will be doing while looking for these spawns, but it was all worth because
Yeah.
the chain quest rewards were worthy of ejaculation, and all I needed to do was slay
That's
some
true, those
Drake
are
and
really
its
good
simp in
rewards.
a temple that sunk into the ground. I knew dungeons at this level
Yep.
are where people get one shot, so I needed to find a few serious gamers to keep me alive.
Yep.
I didn't know what powers or
Ozzy
dangers the Drakes
again,
would bring,
bro.
but by the looks of this group, I was betting on us.
Wait, are we really gonna walk the whole way?
Yes.
Somebody is saying yes. He said shut up.
Shut
Turns out
up,
this dungeon
bro.
is just like 6 million circular hallways in a maze with big packs where I was mouse clicking my abilities just to trigger the streamers watching this, but all is good
Oh,
because I
God.
was top dog and the run was smooth.
Hey, you're pumping.
Wait, don't click the statue.
We ran into some snake puzzle straight out of Zelda where apparently you
Yeah.
have to jerk off these statues in a particular order, or I'm told you just flat out go back to Elwyn.
Oh shit. Okay.
This then spawns an angry orange muscle fuck who oh so kindly gave me a pair of
Hey.
dead cufflinks. Then we made it to
Upgrades.
the main lobby, and while my group was trying to deal with the accidental double pull they just made, I was focused on that hole and thinking about where it goes.
Red aspect?
Oh, I've seen this. I've
You're
seen
just
this.
saying it
I've
because
seen
of
this.
Okay, like
Yep. 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 Yep.
you're fucking
Some dude who's
Bro, that is like the odds of that happening are so incredibly low. And it's so crazy that that was caught on stream by someone who's been like the biggest hardcore player or one of the biggest hardcore streamers of all time. Like that is insane. Actual hole in one.
self-identifies as a prophet was next, and apparently he mind controls, but we started the pull. I walked over to my assigned spot, and by the time I started warming up my Legolas charades act, he was already dead. His butt buddy gave us a kilt, and I was starting to think this whole place was an easy joke, but they warned me the last dragon is a level 60 killer. We get there and they are just
Oh,
writing
fuck.
novels about all the shit Howard has to do if the tank takes a nap, blah blah blah. The healer was telling me not to feign if this level 60 killing Drake targets me, but not knowing this fight I decided I would trust his call if it came down to that, but things didn't exactly go to plan.
Oh, he's oh fuck! Run! Back up! Oh fuck!
No shot he dies. There's no shot. I actually have zero idea if he died or not. There's no shot. Holy fuck. Okay. All right. Tomorrow, I guess we're watching what could be the finale of Rav's fucking playthrough. Holy shit. Wow. That was a good episode. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Let me give that a like. Hold up. Where's that shit? Boom. Liked. Easy.